Niall Sabongi is an expert in Irish oysters, from where to buy them, how to store them and how to prep them for our bellies, of course, with Valentine's Day coming up.
Oh, for our bellies. You'll have to stay tuned to see which one of us will complete shucking an oyster successfully. Apparently we're doing this in just a little while, Niall. But first of all, let's have an old chat about oysters. People think of them as like really expensive and they're only for
so traditionally in Ireland,
people.
would have been known as bia biocht, so poor man's food. This is like from the first settlers in Ireland. This is what we ate. If there's mounds and mounds. If you dig down, I think there's some kind of random fact, but if you dig down more than 3 foot, kind of anywhere, kind of in Dublin 2, Dublin 4, Dublin 6, Dublin 3, you'll find oyster shells. That's how huge our consumption of oysters was.
Wow. And is it gone down a lot now, do you notice?
No, well, I don't think so. Like in our own restaurants in Clone, the Seafood Cafe, and even in the shop in Saltwater, we sell tons and tons of oysters.
Yeah.
We're also used to going away and traveling, going to New York and eating oysters, and like all the great oysters you eat all over France and Spain, 90% of them are Irish. So they're here in the local. Yeah. So like most of these oysters. So for example, the Harty family down in Waterford, traditionally they're kind of one of the first brands to really put their name out there. And they used to just kind of grow their oysters, send them to France. They'd be put in the French waters for 6 months, and then call it French oyster. And that's traditionally still happens.
But that was actually an issue with the Russian ship coming in. They were saying when they had to go out in February, there was like, yeah, well, there's an issue with oysters. We've got to get them over to France and Spain. Forgot about that. Yeah. Amazing.
There you go.
So tell us what do we need to do to prepare an oyster?
To prepare an oyster, so it's all about the shucking of them, which I'm going to show you now in a moment. You've got a couple of different types of oyster. So this is the Harties from Waterford. These are the Flaggy Shore. These little dainties from the Flaggy Shore in the Burn. Okay. They taste quite different depending on where they're grown. Like for example, the Harties oysters, they've got an organic cucumber farm behind them. Right. So during the summer, when the harvest of cucumbers and that heavy rain, they actually turn green inside and they taste like cucumber.
No way.
So if you have some gin and you dash some gin into it with your cucumbery oyster,
now we're
delicious,
talking. Yeah.
Gorgeous. These guys down in the Burn, again, it's a flagstone beach. It's got like bracken water, so fresh water and salty water, so they're not overly salty. Really, really delicious. And then this is our native flat. So this is the flat oyster that's native to Europe. Is the flat oyster, whereas these are jig acid oysters, which is actually originally a Japanese strain of oyster. But these are the most kind of common all over the world because they grow really fast. Okay. Well, the great thing about growing these in Ireland is that they clean the water and they purify the water. And it's one of the reasons we have such great waters all around the coast of Ireland, because these guys are just so sustainable. They clean the waters. They're just great for the environment and great for you also.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, no, they really are superfood.
Where did the aphrodisiac bit come about? Do you know how that came around?
I do.
Yes, come on, look at Niall. He knows.
I do. Well, one part of it, they're full of zinc, so really high energy that you're going to get from them. But also then the way that they look when they're opened resemble body parts. So that's where that
there we go.
So that's where that really comes from. So.
There we go. We've got about 2.5 minutes, I think, at this stage. So what are we going to shuck some oysters?
So what I'll do is I'm going to blowtorch some here quickly for you. Okay?
How do you prepare them? What, you just shuck?
So this is a shucked oyster. I'm going to shuck some for you now in a second, and then I'm going to blowtorch. So you can do this under your grill as well.
What is that now? What cheese is that?
So this is a lemon garlic cheese, some spinach.
Wow. You're presenting them beautifully on the seaweed.
Yeah, and then, because cheese makes everything better.
It sure does.
Oh, my God.
It kind of hides the taste, hopefully.
Will you stop it?
It tastes delicious.
Yeah. Like, are you meant to chew them? Or just
you are absolutely
straight down and not
one of the
taste?
reasons you see people gagging and choking all the time is because they're swallowing something that size in a hole that size. They don't fit. It's like any other food. Eat it. Like
we made our Nicole take one earlier on. She'd never tried one before. We've got it captured in slow motion.
Let's have a look.
It was fun.
Obviously, these are hot, so they're still hot and smoky and cheesy on the top, and then cold and briny in the bottom.
Amazing.
Oh, no.
What?
Right. What are we going for then?
So just straight down the gob?
Yeah, and just eat it like you would anything. Yeah, people just think that it's crazy. People think that there's a method to eating it, but it's just eating.
I actually read this now. Right, here we go.
Go on.
This is the worst advertisement for seafood ever.
The cheese and stuff is delicious.
Sorry, how is this an aphrodisiac when you're trying to eat the goddamn thing?
Oh, what? Actually, do you know
I'm sorry,
what?
there is no
It's just
sexy way to eat an oyster.
just-
Anyone
there
who
is
can
no
do
sexy
it.
way
There
to
is
eat an
no
oyster.
sexy way to eat an
It's the
oyster.
texture of it. Can I have a go at chucking one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that was
Yeah, just
delicious.
throw this on your plate then as well. And then that's a Thai style one, so it's spicy and...
So we have to do another one, do we?
You have to do another one, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Do you not like that?
I know I did. It's the texture, do you know, it's like...
It's the
A lot of it, I
30,
think, is in
30
people's head.
seconds,
You just
Niall.
need to get a...
they're
okay, well,
really big
let's
ones,
seconds.
aren't they?
Let's chuck, let's chuck.
Right.
Let's chuck, let's
Come on,
chuck.
get over
Yeah,
here.
I'll keep that for Matt.
Tommy, will you go over?
Can I have a go?
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look. Here
So
we
look,
go.
just follow my lead, okay? So down on here.
Okay.
You have to do it down there, okay?
Right.
So cover the front part here
Yeah.
with your hand. Yeah. And then you're going to go in the back.
Okay. So in the...
In there, yeah. And what you want to do is you want to push in just a little bit. So just go side to side until it goes in a little bit.
Yeah.
And then turn it like a motorbike handle.
Oh!
Oh, yes, I did it.
Yeah. Then if you just scrape the top of it with your knife,
Oh.
and then we'll release the top of it. Oh, you're like a pro. Jeez, this is
Oh,
ridiculous.
what? I've got that bit in the wrong side, though.
That's all right.
And then
That's
just...
okay.
And then just cut this last little, well, yeah, if you just cut the muscle down there. Yeah.
Right, Mern, there you go. That's for you. Down the hatch.
Delicious. Down the hatch.
3, 2, 1. Hey, you enjoyed that? That was good.
Sexy.
Thank you very much.
No worries, buddy.
Thank you very
Everything
much.
about eating oysters is so sexy.
Enjoyed
So
that.
sexy.
Niall
There you
Sabongi,
go.
where can people find you?
So online, you can buy sustainableseafood.ie. You can buy all of these online directly to your doors the following day.
Yeah.
In Saltwater Grocery in Terranure.
In
We have
Dublin,
loads and
yeah.
loads of seafood. And then the Seafood Cafe in Temple Bar.
Well, it's lovely to hear sustainable.
It is very, very
It's
sustainable. Super
fantastic.
sustainable.
Niall Sabongi, thank you so much for
My
coming
pleasure,
in
guys. Lovely to see you.
and making us look like that on television.